welcome to Bello Uncinetto. I'm Christina, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. Please forgive my disheveled appearance. Uh, it is a holiday weekend for me, and we were at a friend's house at the pool, and I don't have anything filmed for the week. So I was like, I need to do that real quick. And so, yeah, I am fresh out of the chlorine, and it was a good day. It was fun. It was relaxing. It was just what I needed. But yeah, my hair is not brushed. It has been up in a clip and in a ponytail holder, and it feels crunchy. If you've ever been in a chlorine pool and it like dries and it, meh. But here we are. Um, and today I wanted to share my liberal arts mal update for May. Um, you will see part of what I've done two different times because once again it became part of my Let's Be Creative series as well. So here I'm going to show you the product, the thing that I made, but I'm not going to like review the kit or anything like that. That's going to be in the other video. Okay? So um that will be, you'll see it again. So if you've no idea what I'm talking about, Liberal Arts Mal is a make along that I started in January where you read or listen to a book from a genre that I give at the beginning of the month, and you create a project from that also. So, based on something from the book that inspires you. Now, you do not have to read or listen to the book in the month that I announce it, but the project has to be completed within that month. Everybody reads or listens at different speeds. So, um, I didn't want to try and do both things in the month, right? Not to say that it's impossible, but if you have things that get in the way of getting the book read, then you definitely won't get the project done, right? Or if you get inspired in the middle of the book or even at the beginning of the book and start on the project and you don't have time to do both in the month, I just didn't want it to be overwhelming, right? So every month I am reading a book from that genre and I am doing the project. But I am not requiring that you do the same. I'm not requiring that you read the same book as me. I'm still getting questions about that. I'm not requiring you to read the same book as me. The genre is the important part, right? The genre that I announce at the beginning of the month is the important part. Not that you read the same book as me, not that you read or listen if you use audiobooks to the book within that month. If you can, great. If you can't, that's okay. Use something that you've read in the past. That's completely fine. We all go through different stages in our lives where we may be voracious readers for a while, and then life happens and we don't have the opportunities that we did before. Reading has always been a big, big part of my life for a variety of reasons. The reasons change, the things that I'm interested in change, but I have always been a very, very big reader. So for me, it is not impossible for me to read a book and do a project in the same month. I read multiple books in a month, usually. Um, so, that being said, I wanted to update you on the progress, right? But I also wanted to answer some of the questions that I've been getting via email because um, people come in to the make along at different times, right? You haven't seen the other videos. Some of you are like, I don't, I didn't go back all the way back and watch. So I try to give information every time I do the video. So if you've been here for a little while, this may seem repetitive and I'm sorry, but I'm still getting some of the same questions. So I wanted to answer them again. Okay. So this month, the theme was magical realism. The genre was magical realism. And that is a genre where magic is seen as part of an everyday life situation. And it's not always necessarily magic in the sense of spells. It could be time travel. It could be um, memories. It could be the way that they treat things in a very metaphoric, symbolic sense, right? So, realism is one of those genres where it pulls from different things, right? And some people are finding that helpful, and some people are finding that confusing. So, I do put up at the beginning of the month when I do the genre reveal. I do put a link to a Goodreads list. So, Goodreads is a website that you can have an account for or not. It doesn't matter. That's not part of this at all. But Goodreads does genuine. Goodreads does generally have a genuinely good list of books to be in a specific genre, right? So I do put that link there. You do not have to pick off of that list. You can use anything. You can just use Google and search for books in that genre. Doesn't matter to me, right? But um, some people were also emailing me and saying, well, this book also fits in this genre, and this book also fits in this genre, and that's okay. That's fine, right? Um, Maybe I'll do one of those genres in the rest of the year, or maybe I've already done that genre. That's okay, right? That's the beauty of all of this, right? So, my book, right, was In the Time of Butterflies by Julia Alvarez. And she has written several books. I have read several of them, but I had not read this one, and it was sitting on my shelf for a long time. And I thought, let me use this opportunity, because that's part of what this is for me, is to pull things off my shelf and say, I want to read this. So I have a stack, right, of books. Some of the genres have multiple books. Some of them only have one. I don't know the order that I'm doing the genre in. I didn't plan that far ahead. I mean, I have a list of genres and I have books from my shelf that match those genres. But I didn't put them in order and be like, I want to do this month. I want to do this month. I'm just like, what feels good? What feels like something I want to do right now? And that's what I pick, right? That's kind of how I do it. Um, but this has been sitting on my shelf for a long time, and I'm glad that I finally got the opportunity to read it. So my TBR list is not shrinking because I keep adding to it, but I'm using this opportunity to read some of the things that have been on my shelf that I've wanted to read. And I hopefully that's working for you too. Or maybe you're discovering new genres. Maybe you're finding new things. Maybe you're remembering things that you've read in the past, seeing how they fit into different categories. I don't know. I don't know how you're experiencing this make along. I would love to know. You can put it in the comments. And if you can't participate, that's completely okay. But, any support that you can give to people who are participating would be great. So, this book, I read the back cover of it when I introduced the genre in the beginning of May. And again, I didn't want to do something that was really on the nose. So, for my Let's Be Creative segment, everyone voted on doing this butterfly kit, right? This paint by numbers. That was the winning vote. This is In the Time of Butterflies. But I really wanted to do something that focused on the sisters as a whole. There are four sisters, and I wanted something to focus on, if not all four of them, then at least the three of them that were murdered, right? And that's not a spoiler. It's on the back of the book. So it's fine. Um, so I wanted something to focus on that. Um, but time gets away from us, right? I had some things that were going on this month, some things that I had to do, some places I had to be. Uh, and then also some other things that had happened a little bit more recently. Um, to just take over, right? Um, I'll talk about those a little bit later, right? And maybe a different video or something. But um, it ended up that I did my Let's Be Creative project again. So last month I had done the Let's Be Creative project from that I had been chosen in January that I never got around to. This one was a little bit more recent um, because a friend of mine suggested, oh, why don't you do like appliques? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I also had thought about for the three sisters doing this kit with the feathers, right? Um, Instead of like the butterflies, because the sisters were very strong and the birds, the feathers of birds are much stronger than, the wings of a butterfly, which are very, very thin and very, very easy to damage. So I thought about doing this because of how strong all of the sisters were. But the time that this was going to take was time I just didn't have. So um, I again did this kit. So this is a kit. It's from Michaels Artist Loft. It is a paint by numbers. So it's a very pretty um, canvas, and it comes with the frame. So that was kind of cool. I had picked out one for myself and one for my daughter. I did show them. I don't know if I showed them. I think I showed them before I actually left the States this past summer. So I bought one for myself, which was this one, and then I bought a poodle for my daughter. So she still hasn't done hers. And like I said, I have all of these kits, and so I'm trying to find creative ways to use them. And I thought that the Let's Be Creative helps me do that. But it also fit for this. So I'm just going to put them side by side. So this is keeps sticking, the tape keeps sticking to the thing. Okay, so this is the box that everything came in, right? So there is the butterfly. And then this is mine. So my lighting is not that great. I'm sorry. I'll try to turn it in different ways so you can see. But this is mine. The top of this does have a cream colored paint on it, but with this lighting, it's really hard to see. So I will put a picture up in my posts. And this is magnetic too, so you can put it on the fridge, or I don't really have room on my fridge, but you can do that as well. Hold please. Okay, so this book, right, was, I mean, a lot of the books that I read are gut punches, but this one really, there were a lot of times where I wanted to be like, don't do that, what are you talking about? That's crazy, stop it. But of course, right, it's a book. It's already, if it's realistic, right, it's already happened. If it's fiction, then the characters aren't real anyway. So, but there were times where I definitely wanted to be like, oh my God, what were you thinking? But the sisters, it does talk about this on the back of the book, right? The three sisters were called Las Mariposas, which are the butterflies in Spanish. And um, I wanted to do something that had multiple butterflies or multiple pieces to represent, because there are four sisters. But like I said, time got away from me. And so I did this to represent the sisters. There are four wings, right, to a butterfly, so that could be part of it. That's me trying to justify it, not that I necessarily thought of it that way at first. But as I was painting this, it was actually very soothing to paint this. So I did enjoy it. I may paint the other one just to paint it for my daughter, um, because um, it was nice to do this. I remember I did want the Halloween ones. So if you see any of these things like this at Michael's, um, and just send me the link to it, right? That would be great. Um, I don't want you to buy it for me or anything like that, but I would love to get my hands on more of these. These were actually really fun. The Halloween ones were adorable, and I wanted them so badly, but they weren't out when I was there in the summertime. They were getting ready to put them out, but they hadn't put them out yet. And then by the time anyone who could get to a Michael's got to the Michael's to get them for me, they were gone, sold out. So, but these are really cool. I did like doing this. Um, I do like the fact that it was um, calming, and also fun for me. Um, and it made a really beautiful picture at the end. Um, and it did fit with the theme of the book and how the sisters were going from place to place, but also in the book, the living sister, goes from memory to sister, like a butterfly flitting through all of the memories, right? So that's my post, my share, my video for the update for my project. I have gotten several emails for projects for May. Remember, or if you're new to the liberal arts Mel, you have until the end of May to get your project in. So you have, the day that you're watching this will be Memorial Day. If you celebrate in the States, happy Memorial Day. If you don't celebrate, then it's just a Monday to you. So you do have until Sunday the 31st. So that gives you almost a week to get your project in still. If you're interested in entering, there is a prize every month. So if you enter, you are entered into the monthly prize um, opportunity. And I draw that after the month is over. So that usually comes out around the 5th of the following month. Okay? So we'll see how that goes, but you have until then to get it done. So as of the filming of this video and the publishing of this video, you still have time to get your entry in. If you've watched it after May 31st, 2026, you do not have the ability to get any entries in for 2026, because 2026 will be done. But there's still time. And if you want to participate starting in June, you're welcome to do that too. You don't have to have participated in other months to participate in the coming months, right? So with that, I will leave you and be on the lookout for June's genre to show up in the coming weeks, and for the showcase with the drawing of the winner to come later in June. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today, and until I see you again, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!